Hi guys, Gruttz here, and we're back on the Dozacraft server, and today's episode is going to be a little bit of a show and tell episode. As you can see, we're here in the Nether, and this is Doza's fortress. And if you watched Doza's videos, you would have seen him talk about a double blaze spawner he found, and I just cannot resist them things, so I had to pop over, have a look, double check, and yeah, it was definitely a double blaze spawner. And there goes my stairs probably. Yeah, so it was definitely a double blaze spawner, which is very cool. I've always wanted to do one on Dozacraft. I've done one on my single player world, but I've always fancied doing one over here. So straight away I came over, had a look, and just said, yeah, I'll take it on, I'll do it. And this is it. This has eaten up a lot of my time. It's actually taken us a fair while to get it sorted, but it's finally complete. I wish I had actually recorded while I was making this, but I actually got so engrossed in what I was doing that I actually forgot to record anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to talk you through exactly what's been going on, how I went about it, how it works. So, as you can see, we've got the one spawner there and the one here. And obviously when I came here, this was just all part of the fortress, open to the air. So first thing I had to do was build this massive sort of cage structure all the way around it, just so I had peace and quiet to work, nothing to get to us. I always like to secure myself and secure the area I'm working in, because I know once I start working I don't see anything else. I never see the chat logs or anything else, I just full concentration. I think the most common design used on these spawners are Etho's blaze farm design, and this is a sort of a slight adaptation to that. As you'll notice, there's a massive gap from the pistons down there, the first lot of pistons, up to the blaze spawner itself. Now the reason I did this is a double blaze farm all going to one collection area, and because of this area I'm standing in here, inside of this weird pattern on the floor, this activates both the spawners. And because of this, we're not standing down the bottom, so we don't have to be within 16 blocks from where the blaze end up at the bottom. And I decided I wanted the blaze, as soon as they spawn, to drop down out of the 8 block area as fast as possible to allow other blaze to spawn. So the first piston is actually the 8th block, so the platform will land on is 10 blocks away. So as soon as blaze spawn, they fall all the way down, and that clears any other blaze that need to spawn. Works fine. The piston pushers themselves, the only variation to Ethos is, if you see there, it doesn't have a piston. On Ethos, that one doesn't either, and there's no pressure plate in the corner. Now I decided I wanted pressure plates on every single spot. I don't want any blaze hanging around in the corner or anything like that. Again, just efficiency, I want it down there and as fast as possible. And the third adaption, which is quite hard to see from here, but down there, I love Optifine for the zoom, you'll see it funnels into a single spot instead of a 2x2. I had to do a little bit of a light variation. All I've got is dispensers on the top with lava buckets in, and I found when the lava was coming down I was still getting blaze spawning, so I had to put the redstone torches around the top as well. I didn't need this many, I only needed sort of over on the far side, that one there, and one in the corner. But just to keep it all symmetrical, I put them all in. And I've got them all hooked up here, so when you throw the lever, lava goes off, lights go off, and the blaze starts spawning straight away. As you can see there, both of them activating fine. And if we have a peek down here, you'll notice minecarts whizzing around. Now this is how I'm collecting both of the blaze. I've got one of the collection tubes just over there, and the other one is just down there. And I decided to transport them all to one central location using minecarts. So the minecart goes off, picks up the blaze, brings it back, destroys itself in the lava, which a hopper picks up, puts into a dispenser and shoots it back out again. And in the meantime, the blaze come up the lava elevator and end up in the one collection tube here. So if I just shut this off for now, just so it doesn't get too noisy or anything. And as you can see, there's a few of them there just working their way up there. But eventually, once they get up here, you'll notice that this is actually goes two back. Actually, I'll kill these off. So if you throw that lever, this stops any other blaze coming up. Hit the crusher. And once this is done, all the blaze are one hit kills. And then you just come up to the corner, collect your XP. But if you look here now, you've got the 3 hoppers here, and the back wall is here. What actually happens is when you throw this lever, hang on, I'm going to have to turn my sound down here. What happens is when you throw this lever, there's actually 6 pistons behind this wall. So usually that wall is 1 block further back. I'll just bring these. And then there's a lava source there and a source there, which allows this lava to fall down to the lava elevators. And the blaze will come up them and they'll just sit on top of there. So when you pull this lever, it pushes them forward on top of the hoppers. Like so. And that also stops the lava, so there is no items getting burnt up. Then just a simple crusher, timed nicely just to get them down to that 1 hit kill. And you'll notice the minecarts don't run permanent, they run off this switch as well. I don't like any clocks, minecarts, anything like that running all the time. But there we go, 1 hit kill, 1 hit kill. Then the hoppers just put the rods in there. I'll take you down the bottom and show you how the minecarts work. So I will throw the switch just to put that on for now, and let's get down. Right, that's good. Gas just blew me ladders up. So as you can see, minecart gets dispensed out, picks up a blaze, goes back, destroys itself on here, which allows the blaze to go straight up into the elevator there. And the reason this works is I'm using ender chests with signs on. The signs just holding the lava up. Now the ender chest has a smaller hitbox than a normal block, which allows the minecart to travel a little bit further forward and actually clip the edge of that lava there. I then have the half slab with the hopper going into another hopper, which then goes into the dispenser here. And then the dispenser is just running off this little clock. As soon as it detects anything in there, there's only the 1 minecart. Signal goes all the way through and then sends it back, fires it back out again. The piston here is to switch the minecarts on and off when the blaze farms are running. So they're both linked together. Now I've got a bit vertical wiring coming all the way down, and that just sets that away. And if we look at the bottom of the blaze farm, you'll see a piston here, and it pushes forward. Now this is fired off this activator rail here. I had a few problems where the minecart would bounce and go and bounce and go, and the blaze would just sit here and it wouldn't pick anything up. So all this is doing is pushing all the blaze over this direction, so when the cart goes past, it always picks one up. And that is it for the bottom bit. And there we are, collecting again. I'll just turn these off. As you see, turn them off, lights come on, lava comes down. Because I didn't have any gaps in the pressure plates in the corners, I couldn't just let lava go down, it would just pour all over. So I've had to use stacked signs everywhere to catch the lava. It looks ugly, but it does the job. So let's just kill this lot off. And the rest of it's purely decoration here. This is just temporary. There is going to be a proper potion station here, which will sort of semi-automatically do potions. Potions are damaged, so we can just throw them at the blaze so we don't have to stand here punching them. Because if you have collected a lot of them, it does become a bit of a pain to do. Just grab this XP. Get a bite to eat, and reset that. As you can see, rods are there. So yeah, we've got that there. Enchanting station with crafting benches there. We have the anvil there, which is actually stacked up. So if I go up here, you see I've got a stack of them here. So when one breaks, another one will just fall in its place. And you'll notice up here, everything is half slabbed over the top. Every so often I do get a pigman spawns inside the blaze farm. He then ends up in the killing chamber, which you end up killing. Sometimes you hit him by accident, he dies. If there's any pigmen up around here, they go absolutely mental and they come for you. So yeah, I've, as you can see, half slabs everywhere here. And if I go around the back where the wiring is, again, half slabs and half slabs on top of all the wiring. So these pistons here are just for that back wall that pushes forward. So leave her there, just goes straight through here. So the wiring comes round, fires off the repeaters here, which activates the top row of pistons, and then because of the bud power, the bottom ones fire as well. So that's nice and straightforward. Then this little contraption here, little, quite big, that's not too bad, is the crushing timer. I decided to go for a hopper timer, and depending on how many items you have in here, it was just trial and error getting the right ones. Depends how long that the mobs in there get crushed. It's not too bad. It's actually quite compact and it does the job, so I'm quite happy with that. And that is basically it. I've run a few tests speed wise. Yeah, it's nowhere near as fast as the end farm or anything like that, but usually I would put myself here, go away for like say 5 minutes. By the time I come back in 5 minutes, I have about 90 blaze in the system, which gets us to level 30. So it takes roughly about the 5-minute mark to get to level 30, which that's not too bad. And I did one day make the mistake of leaving myself here for about a quarter of an hour. I came back and there was about somewhere between 300 and 400 blaze in the system, and I haven't got the best computer in the world. My frame rates just went to basically 1 or 2 frames, and it was a nightmare moving out of it. So I'll make sure I don't do that again. It does actually work quite fast. And yeah, there is some storage to go here. I was going to automate it from there, but then I decided, well, there's no point. So got a few laser rods and books. And I think we're just going to stick to general sort of chest storage here. Nothing fancy. Anyway, that's it. Well, apart from my little door here. First time I've used iron bars with these type of piston doors. Now I love it. It looks like they just disappear, which I think is pretty cool. And it also allows you to stay out there and also shoot out there for a bit extra security. So anyway, I think that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.